Righto, VNUEU Yukiro. Today I'm just going to go over some ways of being a VTuber for free. I know I'm not a big YouTuber, but I thought, this might help others in a similar spot to me. I know there's plenty of videos out there already with this sort of thing as content, but I thought some of my viewers might like to see the options if they ever wanted to take this path. Easiest ways would be obviously to start off with just a single image, a PNG VTuber. I sort of did this as the start of my channel. Here we go. So as you can see from my web browser, I just had a little fox image and I had different emotes. I won't play the video in whole, I'll just show you what I mean if it decides to load. Here we go. So as you can see, the images were really basic, a little expressive here and there, nothing amazing because my art skills are terrible, but for the most part it was just cheap, easy, and not a whole lot of anything. So the next attempt I had was using reality. So for those of you who were here from the start who have gone back to see my older videos, reality is a phone app where you can make yourself a VTuber model, and although you can't connect directly to, like, say, VTube Studio or anything, tracking and stuff was pretty decent. It was more of a gotcha game though, so in order to get your clothes and new hair and everything, you did have to rely on opening boxes and getting the items you wanted. So it was hit or miss on whether or not you got them. But even if you didn't spend money doing that, you still have some basic idea, tools available for you. You could then use Let's View in order to send your phone's screen to sort of like to your computer, so then you could record it in Streamlabs. So that was another free way that you could do it. I no longer have reality on my phone because I am about to get a new phone, because this one is dying on me, as all technology seems to do right now. Besides the point. But that was another free way you can do it. It's a little bit tricky because sometimes Let's View decides it doesn't want to work for a while, so it's hit or miss or whether or not you can get that working. But it is an option available without, spending any money. So the second way I got a free VTuber model was on Booth. So for those that Booth is a website with lots and lots of VTube models, outfits, assets, and a whole lot of things that you can either buy them or there are free ones. I've had a few free ones, and in fact this model that you're seeing now is also from there, but this is a paid model, so this one wasn't free. But there are many free ones. In fact, my first model, if I just bring it up 2 seconds. Okay, so this one was the first model I got. Very cute. A little bit limited in how much movement there is, but if they're still working, which I think they should be, it was a little bit, a few expressions, and this was absolutely completely free. I don't think there was anything else I could do with this, but it was a nice model and it was completely free. I then sort of upgraded to the other version of this character, which was this one. Now, as you can see, the movement is less janky and there is a lot more movement to it. And you do have a lot of options. Even the ears move on this one, which is quite cute. So there's a few more expressions. I did kind of make some of these myself with the parameters that you can use. And of course you could change the hair as well, and you can give her a hoodie. And again, this was all completely free. There was no money exchange at all. There are other models. I did pick up a few because I wasn't sure what sort of character design I wanted to go with. Obviously, if you're using VTube Studio, it actually comes with some models. So there is some free models already put into VTube Studio that you can use. It's an option if you can't figure out anything else. There's some expressions, nothing, you know, too out there. I will say, just be careful of what models you're picking up from Booth, and make sure you have a web browser that can translate for you, because some of the artists don't want your models to be used for monetization. Most do allow it, but you will have to just check. You can also pick up free models from VTube Studio directly. Next to the cog, which is the settings button, there is another little one with the cloud and the Steam logo. If you click on that, you won't be able to see it on screen because I've turned that function off, but they'll bring up a menu, and the first option is download model. You can click on that, type in something that you're looking for, say like a cat or something, and it'll come up with, if they have some models. That is how I got this model, which some of my regulars will recognize. So this is the model I was going with for a while, and you know, there's a lot more options. I can move my hand up and down. Movements is a little bit more fluid, and I do have some expressions that I can use, but it wasn't, you know, there wasn't a whole lot to it. And then obviously I paid for the one I'm currently using, which we will go back to now. So that is some free options that you could choose if you so wish. I'll link Booth down in the description below for anyone interested in looking into it. Installing new models is fairly straightforward. Once you've opened VTube Studio, the first sort of like buttons on the left, you'll have a little person shape, and next to it is a sort of like a square with an arrow. You'll want to click on the little person and then import your own model, and then you can open the file there and you put the model there. Really simple. You may have to play around with the settings of your model just to make it work better with your movement. There's plenty of videos out there if you want to look those up. But the other ways you can make a free model for yourself, if you don't want a pre-existing one and you still want free, you can use Vroid Studio. This is another one on Steam. It's completely free to download, and once it decides to load, let's see if I can bring this up on my screen. Okay, so it seems a little bit weird on screen, but it's fine. This is fine. So with this is for 3D modeling. I have made some models already, 2 of which I've put on my Coffee account for free download, but let's see if I can get it up. So as you can see already, you have some face sets, but this is a character I made for me. Unfortunately, there was no dragon assets on here, so the only way I would be able to do that would either be to see if there were any free ones or make them myself. But if you're like me and you don't have any artistic abilities at all, this works fairly well. You can customize quite a few things. You can customize your hair. There's quite a few options. Obviously you can customize your face, and it's, you know, pretty nice 3D model. There are some outfits already here. So if you wanted, you know, some options there, you got some options there. You can create your own. But as I said, I'm not really artistically inclined, unfortunately. But you can also have glasses, and you have cat and rabbit ears already installed. So you've got a fair amount of options already. To use these models, you will want a program that runs 3D. Okay, so this is Kaleido Face. Now this is all 3D, and it tracks your eyes, your mouth, your body, and even your hands. It's not the best at hands. Again, I'll link this below. You can obviously change so that you have transparency. So I've just used the green screen. But yeah, that's another free option that you could use. I do find the 3D models, especially on this app, is a little bit sort of like janky. But for a free model and a free website to use it on, it's not bad. So those are just some free options if you wanted to start your VTubing career. And there are obviously many more options available for those who want to start. Obviously, if you want to pay for an artist, Booth has some very nice cheap ones. Obviously, they won't be custom made to fit you personally. But if you can find something that, you want to start with and resonates with you, and you don't mind spending a little bit of money, I do highly recommend it. Yeah, let's see if I can get my 3D model to work to showcase that a bit more. I will have to surrender my throne for a moment, so bear with me. Okay, so this was a 3D model I made in Vroid. So as you can see, it has some hand movement, it's a little bit awkward, so it's not perfect, but it is pretty much 3D. You don't have to have the hand tracking, you can turn that off. But if that was something that you wanted to have, you do have the option for it. But yeah, so there are many options that you can use to start your VTubing career. Or even if you just want to have fun and you want to stay unanimous like I do. I mean, look at that swishy swishy swish. But yeah, so there are plenty of options for you. Now, Kaleido Face is a web browser, so it might get a little bit laggy, but it works in a pinch. And I can actually wink with this model, not very well. As I said, the tracking is a little bit janky, but to start you off, it's an option. But that's it for me today. I'll leave all the links down in the description. If you need tutorials for how to get all this working, they are pretty simple, and you can find them on YouTube around. I mean, this one is very simple. Let's see if I can move stuff around a bit. So the little character bit here, you click on that, and then you upload a model, and it'll show. And then obviously wherever you've saved your 3D models, you'll want to click on the file for that, and then it'll appear along here. These are the models I made for free. I've only made 2 so far, which is the bunny boy. So this one is free for people if anyone wants it. I will upload my Ko-fi links for those interested. They are completely free. This one is a cat girl once it loads, and then the other 2, well, there's more on here, but the other 2 are just what I was playing around with. This one is just a character of mine. It's my D&D character, and he judges you. He judges everybody, but he's judging you specifically. But yeah, so this character isn't for sale though, because he is just my D&D character. I was just using him for trial and error. But if anyone would like me to make an elf character for download and for people to use, I'm more than happy to do so. Just, it won't be this guy, because this cutie is mine. He's like my child. But there's also free models on here. Some came with this, and I think they're from, at least she is, I think they're from Vroid. So I think they were from Vroid and they were just uploaded to this. But yeah, so that's some free models you can use. And hopefully this has helped some people. I know 3D isn't for everyone's tastes. I probably won't be using these myself, so I won't be using these myself. I'm quite happy with my 2D model. But these are options for anyone who would want them. I'm fairly sure you can use these in other programs too. But I'm not sure if they would charge or anything. I'm still learning the ropes here. But I hope this video was helpful to you. Again, if you need anything answered, I'll try my best to answer. But for now, I'm Yukiro in another body, and I'll see you in the next one. Nostar!